The New England Patriots free agency frenzy does not stop after Juju Smith-Schuster. They continue to ramp it up, and they brought in a serviceable player at the running back position in James Robinson. James Robinson, a lot of people remember him for the success he had in Jacksonville. He had a 1,000-yard season in rushing yards, and he just went off for Jacksonville. Was a very talented player, and then Travis Etienne entered the picture and took some carries away from James Robinson, causing James Robinson to then be traded to the New York Jets for a 6th-round pick. And that trade caused Robinson to have production fall off like a cliff because of the stipulation in the rule of the trade was that if Robinson had 260 yards rushing or more on the Jets since the trade was made, then that 6th-round pick will become a 5th-round pick. Robinson then only had 29 rushes for 85 yards, appearing in 4 games, was obviously frustrated the role that he had, and it just didn't work out with the Jets. This does not mean that James Robinson is not a talented player. It's just that the Jets didn't want to have to give up a 5th-round pick rather than a 6th-round pick. All in all, the Patriots went in this free agency and brought James Robinson and brought him in on an incredible contract. It's a 2-year deal worth up to $8 million, but the base is only $612,000 a year. So he can improve it to $4 million a season if his production goes off, his production does really well. So essentially, either way, you get a steal. It's either he's a serviceable RB2 making $612,000 a year, or he's really doing well, reaching all his incentives, and you have a really talented running back only making $4 million a year. So either way you look at it, the Patriots got James Robinson on a deal. Keep in mind that he's only 24 years old, very young player, and I think he pairs very nicely with Rhamondre Stevenson, who for once is now able to become the true running back 1 in New England. Last season, the New England Patriots had Stevenson, and then they had Damien Harris, and that caused production for Rhamondre Stevenson to obviously be very well when he was on the field, but not be as high as it could have been if Damien Harris wasn't there. Since Harris was there, the New England Patriots had to keep both the running backs happy, almost splitting production and splitting field time between the two. Rhamondre Stevenson had 12 carries a game last year, while Damien Harris had 10 carries a game last season. So therefore, it kind of evened out when they're both playing, in the same games, and production was both right there. And it didn't allow the Patriots to say, you know what, we just want to go in all in on Rhamondre Stevenson, because if they did that, then Damien Harris would not be happy. So they finally, when Damien Harris becoming a free agent this season, they said, we want Rhamondre Stevenson to be our running back 1. They're going all in on Rhamondre Stevenson. They're letting Damien Harris leave, which I think is a smart move to now say, we have a true running back 1. Let's bring in a running back who knows his role is going to be running back 2, so Stevenson can really just maximize himself as a player. James Robinson comes in. He can get his production up again. He can be a serviceable running back 2, a very talented running back 2. Again, like I said, he's 24 years old. He can be a pair very nicely with Stevenson. He can be more of that power back, while Stevenson is more of the shifty, the finesse player who can receive extremely well out of the backfield. Rhamondre Stevenson is listed at 6 foot 230, while Robinson is 5'9", 219. So Robinson is 3 inches shorter and only 11 pounds less than Stevenson. So he's a little bit more built, allowing to be able to be that power running back for the New England Patriots, again, on a cheap contract. So all in all, I love this move by the New England Patriots, because they're allowing Rhamondre Stevenson to realize he is a true running back 1 on this team. He can see the field as much as he wants. They can put him into a bunch of different packages. And then they bring in James Robinson, who is a top-tier running back 2 on any team. He can be that power back. He pairs extremely nicely with Stevenson.